What's up, fight fans? Welcome to my channel. This is Johnny, and in today's video we're going to be taking a closer look at the statistics that nobody talks about when mentioning this weekend's fight at 154 pounds in Wollongong, Australia between Tszyu and Denis Nurja. Guys, before I continue, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to everybody who's been with me since day one. If you haven't already, could you please remember to like this video? Also, please hit subscribe. And down in the comment section, pinned is a link to join our world famous Johnny Says Boxing professional betting Discord. We launched this in August. You have two different options to join. It's a couple bucks a month, either here on YouTube to become a JSB Insider or on Patreon. Click that link to find out more. All right, guys, this past weekend, we just witnessed the 154-pound division become a little bit more solidified, per se. The world title fight between Sebastian Fundora and Keith Thurman. Sebastian Fundora kept and held on to his belts in dominating fashion. Our prediction held true. Fundora stopped Thurman exactly how we thought it was going to go. He was just too much, too big, too durable, too much output, and Keith has seen his better days. A question I want to ask you guys right now, I put a poll up on my Instagram story, and the results were about 70-30. Having just seen how Fundora just totally dismantled Keith Thurman, a guy that a lot of you people think is a future Hall of Famer, the jury is still out on Thurman. He did have a good run a decade ago, beating the likes of Denis Garcia. He has wins over Ghost Guerrero. He also beat Sean Porter. That being said, watching Seb totally walk through him, does that change anyone's perspective on Tszyu? Because Tszyu gave Seb two tough fights. We know he got stopped in the second one. In the comment section below, let me know if your thoughts on Tszyu has changed at all, having just watched how much Thurman struggled with Seb Fundora. Guys, in this video though, what we're gonna do is take a closer look at both Denis Nurja and Tszyu's careers. We're gonna talk a little bit about how they go about their business. And like always, stay tuned to the end of the video. That's where I'll be giving you the current Las Vegas odds, and I'll be giving you my prediction and telling you where to put your money. Guys, Denis Nurja is an undefeated Albanian fighter who lives in Italy. If you're gonna think that he's just gonna come to Australia on Easter Sunday and obey the script, you guys know what script I'm talking about. People down here in Australia know that Tszyu is quote unquote fighting Errol Spence Jr. in a massive stadium fight next. Now, if I was Denis Nurja, I would be coming to this fight with the utmost offense, thinking that you're just gonna use me as a stepping stone and expect me to just get walked all over. Only time will tell. If you've never seen Denis Nurja fight, I don't blame you. His claim to fame was a fight in 2023 with Placido Ramirez. You might have seen footage of this going viral. It's the fight in which he had a bit of an injury to his leg. Then people, fans, part of the camp, jumped into the ring and attacked Placido Ramirez. If you look at Nurja's resume, I do not blame you if you can't recognize a lot of names. He's an orthodox fighter. He did have a solid storied amateur career in his part of the world. So what does that tell you? He's going to be a technical boxer. He knows how to operate in the ring. He is undefeated. Doesn't have a lot of snap on his punches. I think he has a little bit under a 50% knockout to win ratio. And then if you watch his tape, there are moments when he figures his opponent out and then he could jump and go through the gears, and you can see him being aggressive. Will he do this against Tszyu? Tszyu is a former world champion, and you gotta take your hat and tip it to Tszyu. It is really tough to be a world champion, then to lose your world titles, and then to rebuild yourself on another mission and another quest and another journey on an attempt to become a world champion again. This is what Tszyu has done. He's picked himself up multiple times. He changed his entire life, changed camps, changed managers. We know this is his second full camp with Coach Pedro Diaz, the famed Cuban coach. His first full camp with Diaz was his last fight. He went the distance, and a lot of people down here in Australia totally expect this second full camp with Diaz a different Tszyu in terms of aggression. All you bettors out there, keep an eye on that in terms of if you're thinking you're going points or stoppage. We'll get into that a little bit more later in this video. Right now, I do want to take a closer look at Denis Nurja and see what the Albanian fighter has been up to in his career. Guys, Nurja is 20-0 with 9 knockouts. Out of 1,999 fighters in the world at middleweight, he's ranked number 42. Brings into the ring a 45% career knockout to win ratio, and he's fought a career total of 83 pro rounds. The 32-year-old Albanian is an orthodox fighter. He was born in Tirana, Albania, but calls Recanati, Marche, Italy home. We last saw him fight Jose Marcano, 17-13, stopped him in the first. Tarhan, 8-4, won a UD in the sixth. Samadaru, 13-3, stopped him in the fifth. Francisco Zito, 4-4, won a UD in the sixth. And the fight before that, Mahidi, 8-5, won a UD in the sixth. So he's fought a lot of 6-rounders on his way up. He's fought a few 10-rounders. This fight against him is a 10-rounder. This is by far Nurja's biggest step up. It's his biggest opportunity, and it's a chance of a lifetime for him to tear that script up I talked about earlier and put his name in front of Tim for future big stadium fights. Will he be able to do it? Will he be able to control Tim's pressure? Will he be able to take Tim's power? He can move a little bit. Will he be able to use that movement through the 10 rounds to avoid Tim's power? But he's still going to have to punch. He's still going to have to rely on his counterboxing, score points, and win rounds. I think it's a tall task. We'll see come Easter Sunday. Right now, let's take a look at Tszyu and see what he's been up to in his career. Guys, Tszyu is 26-3. Of his 26 wins, 18 of them come by way of knockout. Of his 3 losses, he's been stopped twice. He's currently ranked number 11 in the world at super welterweight. He carries in the ring a 70% career knockout to win ratio, and he's fought a career total of 165 pro rounds. His adoring fans know him as the Phoenix, and the 31-year-old Australian is a 5'9" orthodox fighter with a 70-inch reach. He was born and raised and lives in Rockdale, New South Wales, Australia. We last saw him fight Anthony Velasquez, 18-0, won a UD in the 10th. Seb Fandora the second time, 22-1, got stopped in the 7th. Joseph Spencer, 19-1, stopped him in the 4th. Bakr Murzaev, 22-0, he got stopped in the 3rd. Seb Fandora, the first time, 20-1, he lost the split decision in the 12th. When you look at Tim's resume, when you understand his career, this guy is a fighter who says no to nobody. The Murzaev fight was a really tough fight for him. The Seb Fandora first fight, the Seb Fandora second fight. The Murzaev fight really showcased, in my opinion, a necessity, a need, a required change of camps, a change of something, because you watch the lack of adjustments he was making after getting knocked down, and then from rounds 1 to round 2, and then it was broadcasted to the world, the lack of coaching that his corner was telling him, encouraging him, but not really giving him any technical tips or cues. And since then, he's had a few fights since that Murzaev fight, a few wins, a few losses, and he's changed camps. He looked way more cautious in his last fight, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. He looked way more, how do I say, figuring things out. He was way less aggressive and way less willing to exchange in a firefight. Some could say that's an improvement in fight IQ, that's an improvement in a game plan. It was his first camp with Coach Diaz, and I'm actually really excited to see what adjustments he's going to make from fight 1 to fight 2 come Easter Sunday. I totally expect a more aggressive Tszyu. I feel it takes a few camps with a new coach to totally buy in. And when you look at what Coach Diaz does really well, he's a really technical coach. He's not a motivator. He's not a whistleblower sort of thing. Come on, Timmy, let's go. He's more of a guy that when you go to him, it's going to take a little while to buy into what he's telling you and the adjustment of technique. Things with space, range, and distance, how to set up shots, how to angle off shots, how to turn your fighter, all these sort of things. It's going to be interesting to see the aggression side of things. If Tszyu brings that old aggression along with this new version 3.0 per se, a more technical side of Coach Diaz, I'm excited to see what he has in store for us on Easter and future fights. Before I get into the current Las Vegas odds, guys, remember I do live streams every single day. I'm going to go live after this video. In those live streams, I take your questions. We go over our long parlays, props, underdogs of the weeks. But in these Stats Don't Lie videos, I'm only going to give you my money line prediction. All right, guys, wherever you are in the world, let's pull out our betting apps. Currently on the money line, Denis Nurja is a massive underdog. If you put $100 on Nurja, you get your money back plus 625, so he's about a 6-1 dog. Tszyu is a $1.12 favorite. 100 on Tim to win, you get your money back plus 12 bucks. Look, Tszyu knows what he has to do. Everybody in the crowd, everybody watching expects Tszyu to win this fight. The real question is, how is he going to win this fight? A lot of you watch my content because we wager our hard-earned money on these fights. I totally expect Tszyu to not only win, but I expect him to be aggressive, and I expect him to stop Denis Nurja. I think there's going to be levels to this. We're going to see speed, explosion, and power, and I don't think Nurja is going to have the artillery to keep Tszyu off of him. I think Tszyu is going to read until he sees something in Nurja that he feels he's going to break down, and then he's going to go for the stoppage. The stoppage as a prop isn't plus money, and if you're a JSB insider, you know that I never give you any tickets that isn't plus money. So what I've done on this is I've parlayed this with another fighter on the undercard for this no limit card. You take this fight, Tszyu by knockout, and parlay it on the money line with 50 cal, Callum Peters, you'll get a plus money ticket. Guys, you don't have to agree with me. This is not an echo chamber. Maybe some of you guys, maybe Albania in the house, thinks that Denis Nurja is going to come to Wollongong and upset the odds and rip that script up. In the comment section below, let me know who you think is going to win. We have massive fights all week. We got fights in Japan. Renee Santiago's defending his title in a few days. We got the big fight in the UK, the 50th fight between Chisora and Wilder. So be sure to stay tuned to the channel, hit the notification buttons, and I'll see you in the next video.